Hello and welcome to another installment of Where You Been, Izaak, my video series on all the states that I have visited. This time we're going to be featuring Washington State, starting my battered and well-loved road atlas and my index finger. Once again, if you travel to remote areas, I strongly recommend that you get an atlas like this and paper maps of the area because you will find that you do not have signal, which means you will not have GPS, which means you will get terribly lost and will get eaten by bears. The same misconception about Washington holds true as it does in Oregon, that all of the state is based around one large city and it's full of progressive values and rain and hipsters. That's not true. A lot by area, Washington is actually a red state. And east of the Cascade Mountains, these Cascade Mountains run down the middle, it's very dry, but not as dry as it used to be. Eastern Washington, like Eastern Oregon, used to be a desert. But in the 1930s, they built the Grand Coulee Dam, creating Lake Roosevelt here. And then sent a whole bunch of canals out all over the central part of the state. And so now it looks like how I imagine Nebraska looks. It's still dry, but it's like rolling farmland. And I'm always just curious how it looked, before the dam was in, before they terraformed it. The first place I'm going to recommend you check out is in the middle of the state. It's called Sun Lakes Dry Fall State Park. It's got these gorgeous, another thing about Washington, instead of calling them gorges or ravines, they call them coulees. It's the only state I've ever experienced that in, coulees. And so that's why you see a lot of like Coulee City and things like that. But Sun Lakes Dry Fall State Park is beautiful. Not too far to the east, the Channeled Scablands. Is that a great name for a place or what? I stayed at Coffee Pot Lake. It's a nice little place. It's supposed to be day use. I spent the night. They probably gated me in, but I didn't notice. Drumheller Channel. Palouse Falls State Park. Oh, gotta check out that one. That is an incredible place. My dad lives here in the Olympic Peninsula, which is how you would expect Washington to look. It's very rainy, it's very green, it's beautiful. What I especially recommend is this drive up 101. This is an absolutely gorgeous drive along the this body of water here. Over here is Aberdeen, where Kurt Cobain is from. Of course, that is the claim to fame of Aberdeen. And it's kind of a rundown. All these little towns are kind of rundown. This is Oregon, and I apologize for going into Oregon, but Astoria is a cool little town. You should check that out. If you're crossing Washington from west to east, or east to west for that matter, I recommend US Highway 12. This is a beautiful road right here. This follows a river down to Yakima. Walla Walla has been nicely redone. A little touristy, but it's still nice. That is the one place I've eaten escargot. That is the only place I will ever eat escargot. Way down in the southeast corner of the state, Washington 129. I recommend this drive. This is a beautiful drive. It takes you down to the Grand Ronde River down in Oregon. Definitely worth checking out if you have the time to, take a trip down there. Like I said, Central Washington, is my favorite part of the state. And it's not too far from Spokane. You can make a day of it if you're staying in Spokane. Drive over here. Check out Sun Lakes Dry Fall State Park. Check out the Channeled Scablands and Palouse Falls. Yeah, I definitely recommend checking out East Washington.